Namaste. Today we have practicing with us Frida, and Frida will be exploring the final asanas of Surya Namaskar A. The final asanas are Bhujangasana, Cobra Pose, which is a great gentle back bend, and Adho, Mukha, Svanasana, Downward Facing Dog Pose, which may be another pose that you've heard about or done. Okay, Frida. So let's start from Chaturanga, hands and knees. All right. So from Chaturanga, we'll lower our bodies all the way down to the mat and checking your alignment. So the palms are right beneath the shoulders, the elbows are lifted, and the arms are hugging into the body, and the shoulder blades are drawing down the back. As you inhale, lift your sternum away from the mat so your chest comes up, and try to soften the glute muscles a little bit. So if you squeeze them too tight, you may run the risk of compressing your lower back. So again, drawing the elbows back, lifting the heart, and you're gonna feel this great stretch here. Relax your face and smile. Now as you exhale, moving into downward facing dog, you can transition from your hands and knees. So gonna press up, curl your toes under, lift your knees away from the mat, hips come up too. Begin to shift back and drop your head down. Now with downward facing dog, it is a full body pose. A lot of students, they'll feel it in their wrist. The hamstrings may be a little bit tight to begin. So one way that you can make this pose a little bit more accessible for you, you can slightly bend the knees, but still lift the hips and press back. So we want to look at the creasing in our wrist. We don't want too many creases in the wrist because that's showing us that the weight is on the wrist. And the head drops down and the shoulder blades move away from each other, and you drop through those lower ribs. So lift up a little. Good. Now say this is too much for you. If you have any wrist issues, there are options. So bend your knees, come down. First option is to use a wedge so that you can elevate your wrist. So we'll take the wedge with the angle like this. And for me, I like to bring the mat over it so that's a little bit more of a grip. So hands are shoulder width apart, middle fingers pointing forward. Just begin to roll those shoulder blades away from the spine. Curl the toes under, lift the hips, and press back. Now look at your feet. Your feet are about 6 to 8 inches apart. If you look between your feet and see your heels, you just need to rotate the heels out. So again, drawing the energy up, using your hands, and come down. Good. So coming down onto your hands and knees. The next option, say you don't have this handy dandy wedge. You can take a rolled up blanket, firm blanket, or a rolled up mat and do the same thing. So you can bring your hands on the mat, curl the toes under, lift, and press back. And this takes a lot off of the wrists. Down dog is actually a great asana to strengthen the wrist if you are in the healing phase. So you definitely want to check with your doctor before you do any of these asanas. So come on down, Frida. Just give it a little shake if you need to. So those are the final asanas, Bhujangasana and Adho Mukha Svanasana, Cobra Pose and Downward Facing Dog. In our next video, we're going to put it all together. If you have any questions, if you want to see more videos, visit me online, www.spiritualessenceyoga.com, or check me out on Facebook under The Yoga Diva. Have a great day. Namaste.